easily get those calories. Getting these calories through the vegetarian whole foods is like they're low in calories, right? So you need to add more number of foods. Okay, so that's also going to be a challenging thing. So all right. Now, so now we need to be preparing a vegetarian plan for our client to lose weight. That is a weight loss vegetarian plan with a target of 1269 kilocalories, 66 grams of protein, 33 grams of fat, and 177 grams of carbohydrates. Okay, so in your study material section, you will be having something called as student meal exchange plan. Okay, student version. In that student version, you will not find this automated energy calculator. You will be provided this automated faculty version post your completion of the entire course only. Okay, so why we haven't provided you at this student phase? Because we want you to get acquainted with the calculation part. Okay, so everything, if it automatically does, you will forget those formulas and all. Okay, so for that reason, so this you don't find it, you have to just like we solved the case study in our first assignment homework, what we have given, right? So through that particular format only, you have to do the calculation for your assignment, which will be launched in your NFNA Learn account. Now, next, I have also shown you the food groups right in the last class. Okay, so these are the various food groups. Now, since our client is going to be a vegetarian, because we will be preparing a vegetarian diet plan, so what are the various food groups that we can choose? Either cereals and millets, pulses, roots and tubers, all these things can come under vegetarian. Now, in the protein section, from egg till fish, we need to skip. Okay, so we can include milk, dairy-based products. It could be skim milk, can be the regular skim milk, or even plant-based milks also can come under the category of skim milk only when you are choosing. Okay, then soy chunks, tofu, protein powder, nuts and seeds, cheese, paneer, visible fat, all these comes under vegetarian thing only. So just this from 13, from egg to fish is what we need to skip out while preparing this. Okay, now let's move on to food exchange table. So in the food exchange table, in this page, you'll be having three different tables. Okay, so first thing is a small, target table. And this is like food groups. How many? What are the various food groups that we want to include and how many servings? Okay, this is the first table. Second table. In the third table, what we'll be doing, whatever the food groups and the respective servings we have decided, how we will split it or distribute it among the various meals. Okay, so that depends. How many meals does your client want? Okay, so depending upon their work hours or timings and flexibility, do they want to go for 3 full meals and 1 snack, or 3 full meals or 2 snacks, or 3 snacks? Pre-breakfast, breakfast, mid-morning snack, lunch, evening snack, and dinner. How they want to go, you can plan it accordingly. Okay, so now let's feed in the targets here. So what are our targets? It is 1269. Protein is around 66, fat is 33, carbohydrate is 177. Okay, now once I feed these target numbers here, it will be automatically updated here in this target section. Okay, now this is the target, and in this total row is where we need to keep monitoring whether we are able to reach those specific targets or not. That means when we keep adding these various food groups and the respective servings, values keep changing here in the total section. Okay, and we need to ensure that here our caloric target is 1269, right? So we can reach plus or minus 100 kilocalories would be the allowed difference. That means I can come, either my total can be somewhere between 1169 to 1369. If I go lesser than 1169 or higher than 1369, it will show or it will come up in this black. That means it indicates you have exceeded your allowed difference or you haven't met your allowed difference. You still need to further reach your target, closer to your target. Okay. Likewise, the same with proteins and fats also. Since our target for the protein is 66 grams, I can reach plus or minus 10 grams. That means 56 to 76. Now here, since it is 77, see, just by 1.4 it has exceeded and it showed up in the black, which indicates that okay, you have exceeded the plus or minus 10 grams of allowed difference. You need to readjust it. Likewise, with respect carbohydrates, for 177 carbs allowed difference is plus or minus 50 grams. So hence it is still in this white color only. No black color didn't show up because we are still in the allowed difference only. Is this point clear for everyone? Yes, Swati, Richa, Dr. Lalika, clear for all of you? Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is, with respect to the energy, ensure whatever the targets we have here, or see, these are our target values, right? 1269. Okay, so for the calories allowed differences plus or minus 100 kilocalories. For example, let's say this is a plan for Dr. Lalita. Okay, when I'm preparing a plan for 1269 kilocalories, I cannot exactly hit on that number, right? So when I keep adding food items, I can go here and there a little bit. So how much little bit here and there I can go? Plus or minus 100 kilocalories only. If I go more than 100 kilocalories, what will happen? It will change my change the goal. So I'll not be able to reach the target, because in any kind of weight loss or weight gain, caloric deficit or caloric surplus, that caloric number plays a very important role. For 1500 kilocalorie plan, if I start giving 1800 kilocalories to my client on a daily basis, she will not be able to reach the goal on time, right? So for that reason, when it comes to protein and fat, the allowed difference is plus or minus 10 grams. Okay. Likewise for carbs, it will be slightly higher. Plus or minus 50 grams would be the allowed difference. Now clear for everyone, right? Yes, Preeti ji, Mustafa, Akash, Rondani, Shilpa. Please do let me know if it's clear for you, Ranjit and Nandini. I think we have a couple of guest students, Beena, Mr. Jagdish. I'll be interacting with you after close to the break time. So after half an hour or so, okay? Just give me a second. So now, once the targets has been set, okay, what we need to do? We need to decide what food groups I want to give to my client, because if we don't do the specific food groups, what will happen? We will open the page of chronometer and we will keep staring. Okay, what I need to give, okay, how much I need to give. So what happens is uniformity might not be maintained. So one day, for example, if Sharmila wants to give the same 1269 kilocalories, one day for the breakfast, let's assume she will give some oatmeal or overnight soaked oats. Okay, next day she will give, let's say, some dosa and sambar or something like that. Okay, the other day she might give some upma or something, oats upma or something like that. So what will happen? She might not exactly hit those specific. One day breakfast might be of 300 kilocalories, the next day it might be of 500 kilocalories, the other day it might be 450. So lot of randomization can be there. So if we have to be very much more accurate regarding the caloric intake of each and every meal with the similarities, so it's always good to follow this first basic steps in the meal exchange table. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you what you're trying to convey, right? Now, so let's decide. See, obviously anyone, let's assume here our client wants to have 3 meals and 1 snack. That would be fine, because it is only 1269 kilocalories. Let's go for breakfast, lunch, evening snack and dinner. That's it. Okay. And obviously when there are 3 meals, 3 servings of cereals at least would be required, right? So we will put 3 here. Pulses, I will make it for the time being 3. This is all just a rough work what we are putting here. Okay. Now green leafy vegetable 2 servings, other vegetables 2 servings will put. High carb fruit, obviously it's a mango season. no one would want to miss out on the mango. So let's go for 1 serving on it and 1 serving of low carb fruit. Then if you want to include any kind of figs, it could be dates, it could be, or raisins, it could be, you can add something like 1 serving here also. Then there is no egg or egg white, it's not there. Okay, so milk and curd, so we can definitely give either buttermilk or curd or yogurt, something can be given. So let's keep 2 servings here. Okay, at least 1 for the lunch, 1 for the dinner. Okay, and let's avoid tofu. Without inclusion of soy, let's try to hit that 66 grams of protein, because that is something decent number only which can be included. Without the without 60 grams of protein, 60 to 70 grams of protein, something we can achieve through the dietary sources without the inclusion of protein powder and soy. Let's try. Okay, so nuts and seeds, it's always good to include healthy fats and good protein. So let's make this 3. Okay, so we have, okay, let's make a visible fat 2. We have slightly exceeded the fat by 3.6. So what we will do, let's make this 2.5. And now let's make this one 4. Okay. So now let's see the targets where we have approached. Okay, slightly, see this particular fat slightly exceed by 0.3. It's not an issue. We'll just skip it, because when we put it in the chronometer, we'll exactly get in that specific range only. Okay. If we keep changing for this 0.3 again, you know, the protein and the carb again, it might mess it up. Okay. So now you can see by adding various food groups, we reached approximately 1353 kilocalories for 1269. So which is in that plus or minus 100 L of difference. For protein, for 66 we reached 61, which is in that plus or minus 10 grams of L of difference. For fat, for 33 we reached 43, which is still in the L of difference of plus or minus 10 grams. Okay. For carbs, for 177 we reached 179, which is still in the L of difference of plus or minus 50 grams. Right. So is this clear for everyone till now? Right? Okay. Now the next step, what you have to do is just click this, select all this, Control C, and come here to Control V. Automatically it will be, I mean not automatically, it will be pasted. Okay. Instead of redoing the entire thing, that would be easy.
मैंने बोला सुजीत वाली छोरी ने फोन करके कह दिया कि कौन सा वो ना वो सुजीत का
and again Control V. Okay. So again this also Control C and Control V. Now automatically, see one thing, what you can notice here is, just observe this serials line. Okay, you can find your 90, 298, right? Just observe these numbers. Now when I make this 2, see automatically it changed to 60, 188, 62 and all. So this is because this is an automated sheet. Okay, for you in your student version, it will not change automatically. You have to calculate it. Okay, so how you can calculate it?
So that
is from the food group. So now let's assume if you have included 3 servings of this cereals, okay, how can you fill this particular row? Just go to the food groups, you can find it here. If you take 1 serving, which is 30 grams, it is giving you 99 kilocalories of energy, 3 grams of protein, 0.8 grams of fat, 20 grams of carbohydrates. Okay. Now when you are giving like 3 servings of this particular thing, this is going to be 99 into 3. This is 9, this is 0.8 into 3, and this is 60. So likewise, you need to calculate and update it here. This is a manual calculation which is going to take a little bit of time. But why we are not giving you the automated sheet? Because the academy wants you to understand each and every minute detail while preparing the diet plan. So once you successfully complete it, you will definitely be getting this automated sheet. Okay. So likewise, once we have updated here, see, these values are different. Why these values are different? Because we haven't set these mean distribution yet. Okay. Now let's do that. So just a second, let me completely
भूखे नहीं मानना तू सेशन में था गोंडंग सर मानना नहीं बुझा के कैमरा वो आ लिया
वो तो घणी बार आ गया
गेट दो रखड़े
मैं नया लाऊं था मैं तो क्यों करे ढंग से
फिर एक बार मैंने मन में सोची मैं खा जाने आ गया ठीक है से मन में
ये पाया की एक्सरसाइज करवावे
मगा नहीं होगा
अन्नू की ना काका पाया की एक्सरसाइज है मतलब ये लास्ट एक्सरसाइज है बस पाछे तो ऊपर ही रह जाएंगे फिर एक देखूं मैं गेटी कट रही है मैं कही ओके फिर कैमरा सेट करया तो यह समस्या
मैंने तन भी तो मैसेज करया था बढ़िया था आपने कौन देखा
now these are our various food groups with the respective servings and we need to distribute. So now what we decided, we'll be giving one breakfast, one lunch, one evening snack and one dinner. So meal 1 is going to be the breakfast, meal 2 lunch, meal 3 evening snack and meal 4 dinner. Okay. So for breakfast I will try to give one serving of cereal. Okay. For lunch, 1 serving, and for dinner, 1 serving. If you want, you can even put 1.5 in the breakfast, and you can reduce the carb content also in the dinner. Let's do that, okay? So let's keep the carbs minimal. So if you want, we can do 1.5 serving in the breakfast and 1.5 serving in the lunch, and let's keep it cereal free in the dinner. Okay, let's reduce the carbs in the dinner.
गैलरी का पानी मारे जा किटू बोलू
GLB is green leafy vegetables, OV is other vegetables, not the name. Okay. With respect to pulses, let's include
सविता काजल
1 serving in the lunch, 1 in the evening snack, 1 in the dinner, and 1 in the breakfast. The vegetables I would like it 1 serving in the lunch, 1 serving in the dinner. This is just a rough work what we are doing again. Okay. So based on the idea of what kind of a breakfast and what kind of lunch you want to give, you need to kind of distribute these things. Okay. Now. So with respect to other vegetables, also it can be like a salad sort of a thing, or any kind of bhindi or okra or brinjal or whatever the curry you want to give, ridge gourd, bottle gourd, bitter gourd, anything that also comes under other vegetables only. Okay. So 1 in the lunch, 1 in the dinner. So high carb fruits, let's put it in the breakfast because our body's glucose handling capacity would be better in the morning. Okay. So
रात हो
सही था
here
ना रात हो
and low carb fruit, let's put it in the